Hello, hello. We made it to episode 3, Music with a Twist. And tonight I'd like to talk about beauty pageants. Now, I had a background in beauty pageants. I was in pageants from the time I was 2 years old in Southern California. And by the time I was 10, I held every title that you could hold in for Miss Pee Wee division. But I don't necessarily think that that beauty pageants are good for young ladies, but I'll get into that later. Right now, I'd like you to see what the Miss America pageant looked like in 1961. Here is Nancy Fleming, the Miss America 1961, Miss Michigan, winning Miss America.
For the two most important announcements, the names of the first runner-up and of Miss America of 1961. It is important to understand that if for any reason the new Miss America should be unable to fulfill her duties, her position should be taken by the first runner-up. She is the second most important person in this year's pageant. And now for their names. The first runner-up, Suzanne Marie Remo, Miss California, Miss America.
I'm going to start off the music today with a song that was sung by Bobby Lewis. And this song was the #1 selling song for 1961. It was called Tossin' and Turnin'. And it's surprising that with it being the best-selling song of the year, Bobby Lewis very rarely gets mentioned anywhere. He was basically not a one-hit wonder, but a two-hit wonder. But this song rocked 1961.
Turned on the light, pulled down the shade into the kitchen for a bite. Rolled up the shade, turned off the light. I jumped back into bed, it was the middle of the night. The clock downstairs was striking 4. Couldn't get you off my mind. I heard the milkman at the door.
She must be graceful
And charming,
with a natural that's disarming. What you girls would give to be her. The moment you see her, you feel she's the one. She is your ideal.
And I'm still waiting for my Sexy Grandma Award to show up in the mail. But so far, nothing. No trophy, no certificate, no nothing. Now, I don't think there's many people who would say that they had never heard of Patsy Cline. One of her biggest hits is Crazy. And a lot of people don't know that Willie Nelson wrote that song. And it was originally called Stupid instead of Crazy. Oh, Willie. Anyway, Patsy had just been in a really bad car accident 2 months before she recorded the song. And so she had a hard time hitting the notes because she had a broken rib. That lady had a lot of bad luck. Said she was in a car accident where she went through the windshield 2 months before recording Crazy. And then 2 years after the song, she was killed in a tragic plane accident. So here you go. Here's Crazy. Worry. Why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Oh, crazy for thinking that my love could hold you.
sew something?
No, I'm not. I'm going to do a striptease. In reverse. Oh, would you see that I had some appropriate music? I have to go behind the screen, but I'll be right out. I'm all ready. I'm coming out now. striptease right down to the basics.
And that, folks, was Nancy Fleming, the 1961 Miss America, doing her talent competition. And I think that was great. That was very unique. I like it. Now, my grandma always wanted me to be Miss America, but I didn't feel like I had enough talent. I did not realize you could come up with something like that. I could have been Miss America. Good to know. And the last song today is by Little Miss Dynamite. And Little Miss Dynamite is Brenda Lee. They call her that because she's only 4'9", even though when she grew up, she got married to a man who was 6'4", if you can picture that. Anyway, here is Anybody But Me.
Anybody but me. I wish I could be anybody but me. Lonely, lonely as I can be. Well, I had a true love, had the world in my hands. Now
If you read the bottom of that, the caption said that that was the contest for Glamorous Grandma in 1961. So there really is an award out there. Anyway, I said earlier that I didn't necessarily agree with beauty pageants, and I didn't think that they were necessarily a good thing for young girls. And this is why. Now, I was in pageants from the time I was 2, and I won, and I won, and I won, and I won, and I guess it was a self-esteem boost, or maybe just an ego boost, because as long as I was winning, I felt great about myself. But then all of a sudden, I didn't win anymore because I turned 11, got a little gangly, a little awkward, and suddenly my grandmother kept putting me in pageants, but I was not winning anymore, and I was losing, and it was soul-crushing. And it was very, very difficult to deal with. And the thing of it is that there's only going to be one winner, and God knows how many losers. And it does not boost your self-esteem to compete against other girls over who's the prettiest and lose. It's just not. I just don't see how that how the equation works out with that. But anyway, to each their own. You know, you want to put your kid in pageants? Go for it. Anyway, I will see you next week.